Ghana Police Service says it has arrested Salifu Amoako, parents of a young driver involved in a fatal accident that claimed 2 lives at East Legon on Saturday, October 12, 2024. Mr. and Mrs. Amoako are currently in custody assisting with investigations. On your screens now is a statement from the Ghana Police Service, and it's coming up shortly, just giving you a wrap of some of the key things that has happened so far. Now, it states that the Ghana Police Service has today, 15th of October, arrested suspects Bishop Elisha Salifu Amoako and Mona Amoako, parents of the suspected driver involved in the fatal accident that claimed 2 lives at East Legon on Saturday, 12th of October. Investigations have so far established that on the 12th of October, suspect driver, who is Salifu Elrad Salifu, age 16, driving a Jaguar SUV vehicle with registration number GN780120 with 1 other occupant, rammed into a 4x4 Acura vehicle, also with registration number GR254223, driven by Joseph Aka, with 4 other occupants at Mensa Wood Street at East Legon. Both cars caught fire and burned beyond recognition. The investigation further indicates that 3 of the 5 victims of the Acura vehicle during the accident were rescued, and the other 2, identified as Justine Agbenu and Mame, both 12 years of age, lost their lives. 2 of the rescued victims, who sustained minor injuries, were treated and discharged, while the 3rd is still on admission, receiving medical attention. The suspect driver with other occupants in the Jaguar vehicle were also rescued and are currently on admission at the hospital. The parents of the 16-year-old suspect driver, Bishop Elisha Amoako and Mona Amoako, are currently in custody assisting with investigations. Meanwhile, a team from the Police Management Board, led by the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, on the 15th of October, visited the bereaved family to commiserate with them and also visited the injured at the hospital. The police would like to assure the public of a thorough investigation into the accident to bring closure to the affected families as they continue to remember them in their prayers in these difficult times. Well, let's speak to Simbiat Redu. He is Head of Corporate Affairs at the National Road Safety Authority, and he joins us live with more. The last time we heard from the National Road Safety, you served notice that you were also investigating this matter. So far, what have you found?
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Like you said, we have taken notice of the numerous crashes that has been happening over the period. In about 4 days, we have counted more than 20 deaths, counting or resulting from more than 4 crashes. That is from the past 4 days, which we see to be very alarming. From our investigations and brief discussions or interactions with the police, we have noticed that most of these crashes, or almost all the crashes, are resulting from two key factors, which are 1, irresponsible, careless, negligence, reckless driving on the part of drivers, and then not enough or adequate systems in place to ensure that the operationalization of commercial vehicles or vehicles in general are regulated enough. And so these are the 2 broad outcomes that are coming up from our investigations. And then I want to also put across that we haven't finished with our investigations. We are still in the process, and in due course, we would come out with our findings and we share our findings with the public.
I'm quite interested. The police has confirmed the age of the suspect. In your initial investigations, do you also confirm he's 16 years old?
Yes, we have also confirmed that the driver of the Jaguar, which was involved in the vehicle, in a crash at East Legon last weekend, was a minor. And so, just as the law states, minor or a driver who is not up to the age of 18 is not required to use the motor vehicle. And so, like you said, we have established the fact that the driver of the Jaguar was a minor.
This brings to fore a bigger issue, which is careless driving on our roads. As we approach the festive season as well as election 2024, what measures are you putting in place to ensure you sensitize the public to reduce crashes such as these?
All right. So, election year are one of the haunting horrors, with tension high and uncertainties lurking around every corner. We envisage that a lot of crashes might happen, considering the fact that a lot of movement will take place, campaigns and other things, traveling, and also around Christmas or ending of the year. Most visitors come into the country to spend Christmas with their families down here. So we are also envisaging that a lot of people will travel down or come to Ghana to spend the Christmas here. Aside that, we also envisage that students and other individuals will be traveling across the country to spend the Christmas at their various locations of their choices. And so we envisage that crashes will go up this year. And so right from the beginning of the year, we started putting in place things. We started engaging political parties. We developed the political code of practice to ensure that drivers, motorists, supporters, and individuals who will be playing active role, will be campaigning, will be on our streets in connection with the elections, are guided with this code to ensure that their travels, their in and outs are safe. So that is one of the things that we have put in place. Also, we are collaborating with our transport unions and other stakeholders to inspect vehicles at terminals to ensure that vehicles leaving our terminals and going to ply our routes are in good conditions. And so our inspectors and the road safety officers at the terminals are supposed to inspect these vehicles. Aside that, we are coming on the road space to educate the public and drivers to ensure that they are really complying with the road traffic regulations.
Thank you so much for your time here on News6. We'll get in touch with you in subsequent bulletins as we get a better understanding of the outcome of your investigations on this case.